All right, continuing the 9-week review. Straight angle is 180, so let's see, BED is 130. This angle is 130, so 180 minus 130 is 50 degrees. Now our goal is to find angle BEC, but we're not really told anything about that specific angle. But then we have AEC is 145. So if we do, so that was 50. If we do 180 minus 145, we get 35 for this angle. So we've got 50 and 35 taken up. So if we add those together, we get 85, and then subtract that from 180. And you get 95 for angle BEC. And that's the one we're trying to find. So the measure of angle BEC, 95 degrees. These are a linear pair, so they add up to 180, so we can write 8x plus 100 equals 180. Two-step equation from here, subtract 100. And we have 8x equals 80, divide by 8, and so x is 10. That's all we wanted to find here, x, so we're done. All right, we've got angle A congruent to itself, then we have these two angles are corresponding, because they're parallel lines cut by a transversal, so corresponding angles are congruent, and so we have similar triangles. All right, we have some side lengths in the small triangle, but for the big one, we've got AD is 5 plus 3.5, so that's 8.5. And then x plus 8, or x plus 4, it's just x plus 4. So now we can set up a proportion. 3.5 is to 8.5, as 4 is to x plus 4. We can cross multiply. 3.5 times x is 3.5x. 3.5 times 4 gives us 14. And then 8.5 times 4 is 34. Subtract 14. And then divide by 3.5. So you can write this x value as either approximately 5.7, or you could write it as exactly 5 5/7. Now we also need to find, let's see, BC, that's the same as x. So BC, if we want to go with the approximate value, approximately 5.7. And then AC is 4 plus that, so approximately 9.7. So we found both x. I guess I'll go with the approximate answer. We found x, BC, and AC. All right, here we're given an expression for angle 1 and angle 3. Notice that angle 1 and angle 2 are corresponding, so they'll be congruent. And 2 and 3 are supplementary. So that means 1 and 3 are also supplementary. So we can write 12x plus 5 plus 6x minus 5 equals 180. Combine like terms, 12x and 6x is 18x. 5 and negative 5 is 0. And then you can divide both sides by 18. So x is 10. Goal is to find the measure of angle 2. Well, the measure of angle 2 is the same as the measure of angle 1. So 12 times 10 plus 5. So you get 120 when you multiply. Whatever operations you multiply first, then add, and then 125. So measure of angle 2, 125 degrees. A and B, if you look at the slopes of A and B, and you can find that between any 2 points. Slope of A is rise 2, run 1. Slope of A is 2 over 1. If we look at slope of B, any 2 points, rise 2, run 1. Slope of line B is 2 over 1 as well, so those are parallel. Now let's compare slope of lines A and C. So now looking at C, guess I'll go from here to here. We go down 1 to the right 2. So that was our answer for 17. Slope of C, -1 over 2. And so those are opposite reciprocals when we compare C and A. Opposite reciprocals. Opposite meaning change sign, reciprocal meaning flip. So these are perpendicular. So we can say line A is perpendicular to line C. All right, when we go from this first one to this next one, we distribute. So it's the distributive property that we used. And then we would add 21 to each side. So that's addition property of equality. And then the next step would be dividing by 3 on each side, so that's division property of equality. All right, if xy is equal to yz is equal to xz, that means all sides, the lengths are equal, so the segments are congruent. And so that would fit equilateral. Equilateral means the sides are congruent. If the sides are congruent in a triangle, then the angles across from them are congruent. So that means it's equiangular as well. And we've already marked up all the angles. Those are all congruent, so that's true as well. Scalene means that the sides are different lengths, and so scalene would not be true. Notice that it says choose all that apply, so that encourages you to select more than one answer. Hope you've enjoyed this video. There's more on my website, swayze.weebly.com.